Hello gentlemen, ladies. In today's video we are going to look at what the sector and the segment is. So if you watched the previous video, we were looking at what the tangent is, what the arc is, and then we later looked at what the chord is. But in today's video we are going to talk about these two. So now, according to the definition in this book, the sector is an area of a circle like a slice of pie. So that's my way of exaggerating things. But if you want a more mathematical definition, I would say in this instance, a sector is an area of a circle bounded by two radii. Okay, so this is what we mean. By the way, in the previous video, I emphasized, I don't know if it's the later video of this part 1, I said that when we have more than one radius, we call that the radii. Okay, so in the previous video, I might have made a slight mistake. I was putting an S. I used to say radii. It's not radii, it's just radii, because it's a plural for radius. Okay, so from now going forward, I stand corrected and I'm going to say radii. As simple as that. Whenever we have one or more than one radius, I'm going to say radii. So according to the definition, a sector is an area of a circle bounded by two radii. As you can see, we have this one on top here, then we have this one below. So this area, the sector is all about the area. If you remember, maybe in Excel or PowerPoint, when we were dealing with graphs, you can check out the videos, by the way, relating to computer studies on this channel. You will see that sometimes we were creating graphs, not so. So there are certain graphs that require you to make a pie chart. So in a pie chart, it's a circle with a sector. So this might mean maybe a percentage or something like that. Okay, so it's just an area of a fraction of the circle's area, as you can see. So this is the sector, and let us look at the segment. The segment is an area. So let me just highlight it. The segment is an area of a circle between an arc and a chord. So as you can see, these lessons are presented systematically so that whenever you are writing or you are learning like you are learning right now, you're able to build up on the knowledge, the prerequisite knowledge that you already have. Okay, so you have already prior knowledge of what we are talking about. So if you have watched the previous video, you will know what an arc is. You also know what a chord is. So it's very important you watch the previous videos. So it's just an area, just like the sector, but for it, the only difference is that it is between a chord and an arc. So in order for me to clearly show what I'm talking about, let us go to a GeoGebra. Let me just add a circle like so. Hopefully you are able to see. Okay, so this is our circle. Now we said that a sector is an area of a circle bounded by two radii. So let us just add another point like so. Then we do this. So this is the first radius and this is the second radius. So as you can see, this area in here is what we call the what? We call it the sector. I'm going to label it real soon. Let me just add colors so that you can better know what is going on. So we have this radius and this radius, and therefore these are the radii of this circle. So this area in between this radius and this radius is what we call the sector. Let me just highlight it so that you can clearly see. Circular sector, we have the center, then we do like so. So as you can see, maybe this time you'll be able to see clearly what we are talking about. As you can see, this is just wonderful stuff. So this is what we call the sector. Let me label it real quick. So the definition said that in order for us to have a segment, we need to have an area bounded by an arc. It shouldn't matter if it passes through the center or not, as long as it touches one side of the circumference to the other. So now this is what we call the segment. Okay, so let me just add an arc so that you can see the magic here. Let me locate where I can see the arc. Where is it? Okay, we need to locate the center point. Then we need to click like so and click like so. So now we have an arc. Let me just do this so that we can better understand what is going on. Okay, hopefully you are able to see what is going on. So these dotted lines, as you can see, are what is representing the starting point of our arc. As you can see, this is the arc. This is our arc, as you can see. So let us just highlight the arc so that you are able to see what we are talking about. So my friends, that's what we call the segment. So that's the segment, and this is the sector. As you can see, there is a difference. Let me just add text real quick. All right, that is our segment, everyone. As you can see from this app, you are able to differentiate between the two. So as you can see, the segment is this area here bounded by this. As you can see, this line, let me just, doesn't hit. This green line here is this line from E to D. That's the chord. This is the area bounded by the chord and what? The arc. As you can see, this dotted outline here is the arc. So that's what we call a segment. And this, my friend, this purple thing in here is what we call the sector, as you can see, like so. So this is the sector. The differences are that, let me recap just a bit. The difference is that the sector is bounded by the radii. Whilst, as you can see, this radius here and this radius here is what forms a sector. It's bounded by two radii and an arc, whereas a segment is bounded by a chord and an arc. So that's the difference, my friends. So in the next video, we are going to start. So now we are starting to learn about the theorems. So join me in the next video where we are going to look at theorem 1. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to do that, because we are going to present these videos extensively. We are going to create interesting stuff like this, and in part 3 we're going to look at the examination questions using the same knowledge that we are learning right now. So stay tuned and have a nice day.